Speaking of winning, if you want your chance to win an online will, I'll be chatting to Maria from dynamiclaw.com.au, our great sponsor. And if you want to go into the draw to win a will, all done online, she, of course, is a solicitor, so you can call me to go into the draw for that, 94196969, because it is 8 to 8, and you're with Yvette for breakfast, FM 99.3. And my special guest is Maria Linkenbar, New South Wales solicitor from dynamiclaw.com.au. She's going to chat to us all about online wills, and we all need a will. I do too. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning.
Now, this is something close to my heart because I've got to do a will, haven't done one yet. I've thought about it for years, and you just think, oh, no, I'm young, nothing will happen, so don't worry about it. Wrong.
Wrong. Very wrong.
Anything can happen. Well, I'll give you a situation exactly where it's wrong. My best friend died from breast cancer in February. She did not have her will together.
Oh, dear.
And so it makes you think, okay, got to do it. I'm not saying we're all going to get sick and that's going to happen to us, but you don't know what's going to happen. You should always have your ducks in a row, so to speak.
Yes.
So tell us about dynamiclaw.com.au and online wills and what we need to do and what's the best way to go about getting a will together.
Fine. Well, the traditional way to make a will is to go to a solicitor. However, that involves time and certainly involves expense. Usually involves 2 visits to the solicitor's office. It might involve time off work, and it's a matter of getting organised. Whereas with an online will, you can subscribe to it through the dynamiclaw.com.au website, and that cost is $69. Sometimes we have daily deals, such as with Groupon, where the cost might be as low as $24. Once you start making the will, it leads you through a questionnaire, covers every detail of your assets and circumstances, and when you get to the end of the questionnaire, the will has been completed for you and you can print off the will. Mm-hmm. You are able to change the will at any time within 12 months from making it, so that and as you're drafting it, if you need to think about certain things, if the questions bring up topics that you hadn't given enough consideration to before, you can put it off till tomorrow and go back to it, take up where you left off until you've completed the will. And then if you revise it or if your circumstances change, you can always come back to it within 12 months. But it is essential for everybody to have a will, regardless of, people might think, I haven't got anything to leave, but the will operates from the date of death, and you don't know what you might have by the time you've died. It's a good idea to have a will in the bottom drawer. It's an opportunity to appoint guardians of your children, to give any specific items, special items that you have to the people that you know are going to value and treasure them after your death.
Okay, what if, like say I'm doing the will, I'm single, I have no children, but I've got nieces and nephews and friends and all the rest of it, and I'm filling out the form and I'm not too sure who I should leave things to. If I leave that out, who would get my belongings? My direct family, my siblings or whatever?
If you don't make a will, or if
I didn't specify within my will, if I wasn't sure who I wanted to leave that well and I didn't specify, does it go to next of kin, who direct family, blood family, or?
No, because at the end of the will there's a residue clause that picks up anything that hasn't been specifically given to other people, so that you can say, I'll give the residue to my mother or father or sister.
Oh, okay, so you
whatever.
have to specify that then. It makes you specify that.
It does,
okay.
and that's very important because a will needs to be a complete disposal of all assets that you're likely to have at the date of your death.
Right, and this is all done online, dynamiclaw.com.au, and you said you could go away, come back if you weren't sure how to fill it out and certain things you didn't give consideration to. Is there a portal or a way they can email you if they've got a question, or is that not included?
Oh, of course. If you need to, if going through the questionnaire it appears that your affairs are perhaps more complicated and you need legal advice, then there's always the option to contact your solicitor, either to have his assistance to finish the will or to get specific advice about particular aspects and then go back to the online form and complete it yourself.
Right.
But also, in paying for the Dynamic Law will, you are provided with a very comprehensive guide to the law of wills in New South Wales or whichever state you live in, and that guide will answer most people's questions.
Oh, okay. Easy peasy.
Oh, yes, it's very comprehensive, very well put together.
And it sounds like a reasonable price too. You said, what, $69 for the online will?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, $69 per will.
Yep.
So for 2 people, that would be twice $69,
yep.
And that's much, much cheaper than
couple of visits to the solicitor in person in their office or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And the solicitor's fees. When you
Exactly.
go to a solicitor, you've got to take all those additional
Yes.
expenses and inconvenience into account, where this is a matter of where you can sit down quietly on a Sunday afternoon or whatever and work through it and really feel that it's your own document. It's your opportunity to... it's your last say, as it were.
Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward, as you said, and you know, you can go away and think about it, and once you've had a look at what the stipulations are and the parts you have to fill in, and then come back and fill it out. So
yes,
good.
And the questionnaire prompts the will maker to think about matters that perhaps they haven't fully addressed before, and that's one of the advantages of being able to go back to it, is that if you get to the guardianship of children section, and you read the information and look up the booklet and then start to think, well, now wait a minute, maybe I haven't thought this through properly.
Yep.
You can go back, think about it, maybe talk to other people, maybe get some legal advice,
Yep.
and then go back and resume where you left off.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Maria.
My word, thank you.
dynamiclaw.com.au. If you want your chance to win, they're offering a couple of free wills as a prize giveaway, kindly sponsoring us here at FM 99.3. So you can call me to go into the draw, 94196969, or go visit the website and do the online will, dynamiclaw.com.au. Thanks for your time today, Maria.
Thank you.
Bye. So there you go, 94196969 if you want your chance to get an online will, or definitely go and do it. It's a much easier version of doing it, isn't it, than going to the solicitor's office. Do it online, dynamiclaw.com.au.